everyone, it's Tammy, and we are going to make our second card in the basket bunch stamp set. And this one's really going to be cute, I think. I saw something like it on Pinterest and it inspired me to make this. And it is using the Stitched Shapes framelits dies that we have. This is number 145372, and it's not really in a catalog right now. You have to do a search for it because it was just kind of a bonus that was added. And these are stitched framelit dies, so they have a little stitching around them, and they're super cute. And we have squares, circles, and ovals all in one kit. These came together, and of course they layer, so it's just adorable. And I'm going to do something where I die cut with these and with these little guys. This is the Basket Builder framelit dies that coordinates with the basket bunch. So I'm not exactly sure what size I need, so I'm just kind of looking at this to give me an idea of what size I want. And I think I want this second square. Yeah, I think that will work out just fine. So I just have a piece of crumb cake that I have cut in an A2 size card. So it started off as an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, cardstock. I cut it at 5.5 on the long side, and then I scored it at 4 1/4 on the short side to make an A2 size card. You can either have it open this way or have it open this way. I'm going to have mine open this way for this particular card. I'm also using a piece of Whisper White. This is a scrap, but I will need it to be big enough so that it will hold 3 of these little framelit dies. So I'm going to die cut these first, and then I will show you what else I'm going to do. And I don't want to lose that bunny, so I'm trying to make sure that I can see him and put him over here. So I am going to get out my Big Shot. This is actually going to be a fairly easy card, I think. It's not going to require any coloring or stamping even. So I'm just going to cut this out 3 times. One. Two. And I may not have given myself enough to do a third. And if not, I will have to use another piece of Whisper White. I did not. And I happen to have some Whisper White right here. 3. I usually have some scrap Whisper White on my desk somewhere. That is by far my most used color. Now, before I put the Big Shot away, I want to also use it to cut out a few of these guys. So let me put my framelit away, and I will show you how that cuts so that you can see the stitching. See how it makes the, so it cuts the square, but it puts stitching all on the inside. I think that's really cute. So on these 3, I'm going to put a bunny on one of them, and I'm going to put a little chirp chirp on another one of them. I'm going to have them facing this way. That way they're facing opposite directions. And then I'm going to put an egg on the last one. And I want to make sure that it cuts it through. So I'm going to move these down just a little bit. And then I will put the lid on top. If I can find out what I did. Oh, I left it on here. Oh, dingbat. Well, let's do that again. There's one egg. One chirp chirp. And one runny babbit. And we're going to not use the actual shape that we just cut out. We're going to use these. See, this one I didn't quite get low enough, which is kind of a bummer. So I am just going to pretend like I did, and I'm going to make the egg just a little bit taller so that it goes through here. Like that. No one would ever be able to tell. Unless you tell them. And I'm not telling them. Alright. Get a collection of little die cuts that I'm not using. Okay, so then we're going to use these three. Something like that. I'm going to take some of the thick white baker's twine. I'm going to tie this around. I'm going to tie a little bow on here. I'm just going to tie a knot first to make sure that it stays taut. Move that to where I want it. Pull it tight, and then I'm just going to tie a little bow. My goodness. Sometimes nails aren't conducive for crafting. And other times they're needed. So there we go. I'm just going to trim these off. And you know what? I'm going to trim them a little bit long. And then I like to do this technique a little bit. It's cute, I think. You take it and you tie the end into a little knot. Oh goodness. So then there's the little knot on the end, and then you take your paper piercer and you unravel and you make it a frayed little knot. And I just think it's cute. See how that looks? Just kind of cute. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take pop dots and we're going to pop each one of these up. And start with the middle one because that is the that will help you center all of the others. So I'm putting my bunny in the middle and just kind of centering him on the card, and I want him to be centered top to bottom as well as side to side. So there we go. I'm just kind of eyeball it. Hopefully that leaves me enough. Yes, indeed. And then I'm going to put pop dots on each of these. And I need a little one over here. Here. And I'm just going to kind of level that with the other one. And then the last one I'm going to do the same thing with. Isn't that cute? Now we're not quite done. I'm going to get out my thing of rhinestones, and I'm going to use a little baby one. Down for the bunny's eye. Oh, isn't that cute? And then I'm going to take and just put a couple or three of them down here. Like that. And then we can be done here if you want, or if you want to put a sentiment, you can. Come here, you. So let's see. I think I just might write with my white, what do we call these? Signo marker or Signo pens. I might just write Happy Easter right here. Happy Easter. There we go. And voila, that is it. Isn't that cute? I'm so glad that I saw this, got inspired by this on Pinterest. If I can find the person who did it originally or something similar to this, I will link her below. But if not, I'm not sure whose original idea this was. But I thought this was really cute. And yeah, it's adorable. I loved this idea of, this was totally her idea of or someone else's idea, it wasn't mine, of making these the negatives or the positives, I don't know what that's called, but using the negative space as our little guys. Too cute. Okay, well that's it. Thank you so much and have a great day. Happy Easter. Bok bok.